And we're back. I know, feels like forever, but this is the long anticipated Alabama waters. Some of y'all might not have ever seen the first series I've ever done before. It was called Deep Waters. It was on Choke Canyon. It was a team event. It was 2 days of practice, 2 days in the tournament, and you got to see it all. You got to see everything. Well, this is what this is, except it's a Toyota Championship, 4 days practice, 3 days in the event, and it has everything in there. And this is what I tell everyone. YouTube has all kinds of fishing content in it, right? And there's tip videos and these videos and wild, insane videos, and you can get almost everything on YouTube. You can get almost everything in fishing from the Bassmaster Elite Series or the MLF stuff, but what you get is an unfinished product. You only get the end. It's like going and reading one of your favorite books, but you only get the last couple chapters, right? You don't ever actually get to see what happened beforehand. That's what I'm giving y'all, a chance to see the beginning to the end. Because when you watch those events, all you're getting to see is what they've figured out and learned applied at the end. But they really don't tell you how they figured all that out. They really didn't tell you all the most important things. And that's really how to find them, what to look for, what to do, why they made the mental decisions they did to fish for these fish, right? Or to show a pattern of what's been going on, how weather or pressure or anything changes and dictates the way fish change and move, and then how you adjust it to them. This covers all of that. So in this series, what you're going to see is from the very beginning, from the first moment I get on Guntersville, you're going to see what my mind's thinking, what I went into beforehand, okay? And if any of y'all guys have ever seen the reason I can do this, okay, this is the one thing I'll really talk about. The reason I can do that, this is I don't get any help for any of these events. No info, right? I don't care about info. Info doesn't help me. It might help some other guys. But the problem is there's so much info going on in these events. Maybe y'all know about them, maybe y'all don't. I'm just telling you, there's a lot of info that goes on at these events. Phone calls being made, you know, people looking at the internet, people trying to do all these different things. I don't do any of that. And what it does is allows you to go from point A to point Z, right? And everything in between. Because if not, if I had some information given to me, you might ask yourself, well, why did Todd all of a sudden go over there? Or why did he go do this, right? And if I just told you, well, someone told me to go to this waypoint and try this bait and I started catching them, that really doesn't help y'all, right? So I'm trying to show y'all that you can do all this without info. In fact, I think it's better without info at times. You can do all this on your own. You can do it by simple things, right? I'll show a little bit of map stuff, okay? The maps are very important. I do very little with sonar in this event. I do none with live scope. I don't even think I might have turned on live scope, but I did very little with that. Not that it's a bad thing, it's just you don't need all that in some of these events. This was an event that I didn't need all that. Now, I might have been one that way, but you could have competed. You can do really well. So I'll go through everything. I will go through every day where I went. I'll show it on the map. I'll do those things. I'll explain why I went to these places. I'll explain the stuff I saw in the water, between the grass, the bites I got, why I chose to go certain places on different parts of the lake. You will see all that, and I will always go through and explain why I'm doing things. I'll tell you about the baits I'm throwing, rods, reels, line. I'll go through everything. When all the practice is over, then I'll start the event. And this isn't like your normal YouTube video. I don't know how many videos it's going to be in between videos. And what I mean by that is a lot of people just go, well, here's day 1 and here's day 2 and here's a video of practice. No, I might have 3 videos of one practice day and one video of the next. I don't know. It all depends on what I learn. If I go do something for hours and don't get any bites, I'll talk about it for 20 seconds, but that's probably it. But if I'm learning some things and I'm doing a whole bunch of different things, it's going to take me a while to get through it all. Bear with me. Bear with me, guys. I promise you. Anyone that watched the Deep Water series understands that I promise you, what I'm trying to do is gather all this info. I mean, it's going to be a giant, let's just call it a big giant ball of info. And I'm trying to condense it all in one little place like this, to where all of this will go into the decision making throughout the rest of the event. All of it will, if it's in this video, I put it in here for a reason, because it's all going to tie in, okay, like a big spider web. It's all going to branch out. It's going to be kind of crazy, and you're going to think you're going to know what's going on over here and why we're doing, and I'm sure some guys are watching this smiling, because they know that it might lead you down some weird paths that you think you know what's going to happen, and then something else happens, and we'll show how you get there. We'll show how it gets there. I promise. So stick with it. Watch them from the beginning. So a lot of you guys might start on episode 3. I promise you, go back to episode 1 and start from the beginning. Okay? So watch it episode to episode. And man, guys, this is going to be a good one. I'm so excited to do this. Really excited. So that's it. Join me for the next episode, day 1 of practice. I mean, I am literally putting the boat on the water for the first time. And then we're going to dive into this crazy mind that goes a little out there sometimes. It's all over the place, but like I said, I'll bring it all back together for you guys. All right, let's party started. See y'all.